We're live.
Thank you. I'd like to call to order the Eureka Springs Hospital Commission meeting on December the 19th, 2022 at 6:03 p.m. Roll call, please.
Kent Turner, Vice Chair, Treasurer.
Angie Shaw, CEO.
Sharon Doremus, Commission.
Mike Dwyer, Commissioner.
David Carlisle, Commissioner.
And I'm Barbara Dix, Chair. We have Judy Gigley on the phone and Bill, our CFO, on the phone. So we do have a quorum. Okay, so the first is motion to approve the minutes from November 21st, 2022.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Any additions or corrections? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No opposed? Okay, minutes are approved. Motion to approve the agenda as written, except that I made a mistake on the next workshop meeting and regular meeting. So they are actually, the workshop is on the 7th, and the regular meeting is on January the 16th. I picked up the wrong calendar. So motion to approve agenda as written and amended.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you. I don't see any public, so we'll pass over public comments. Treasurer's report, Kent?
I have nothing to report. Everything seems to be working fine, except I'm still immensely impressed with our new accounting manager.
Oh, boy, me too. She's awesome. Okay, then, hospital expansion, Mike.
Okay, so catch everybody up to speed. What we have been in the middle of currently is securing our construction manager for the expansion. So how this process started, we sent out for the RFQs and we received some back, and the first decision was to cut down to the top 3 candidates. Okay, that decision is based on an RFQ scoring matrix that is assembled by the architect group that we've hired. So the first one was Clark Contractors, the second one was Nabholz, and the third one was CDI Contractors. So today, from 1:15 to 5 p.m., we had CM interviews, and Angie, Barbara, HFG, Tom, and myself were all present for those. So narrowing it down further, we went by the matrix as well as how they interviewed, and we've had some experiences from Angie and others that have been on site where these contractors have showed up to review some of the areas and things like that in person. One group stood out above the rest, a very poised group. They seem to be excited about this project. So before I make the motion, I want to be specific that this furthers negotiation of the CM itself. So therefore, we have not locked in anything on a monetary side of things. So we need to do that with this group, but this is going to help us proceed to do so, as well as beginning an immediate collaboration with our architecture group and other pre-construction planning teams. Okay, so that's what this motion will solve as far as this first portion of it. So in that, I would like to make a motion to take Clark Contractors as our construction manager and get the process beginning with them, and if there are any alternates, it will be Nabholz.
Second.
Okay, is there any discussion?
Where are they from?
Clark has Rogers, Little Rock, multiple areas.
but basically inside the state of Arkansas?
Yes.
I think that's a plus. You said that this motion includes, if things fall through with them, the second would be where,
Nabholz.
and where are they from?
They are from Arkansas, Little Rock, Springdale, all that area. Yep.
Okay.
Anything else? So those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. So motion passes. Now we're ready for the CEO report.
Okay, and that would be, I did hand out a copy of the report. I'll just kind of be going over the highlights of it. Since our last meeting in November, we have seen 7 positive COVID, 14 positive flu, and 3 RSV in-house. Those numbers have come down for us since the prior month. And just a reminder, all of our COVID vaccines are now being given through our clinic, and if anyone's interested, they can call the clinic and set up an appointment. Clinical services, we have actually hired several new staff members. We've hired a couple of RNs, CNAs, and IT tech part-time, as well as a respiratory therapist that started today. We are still actively seeking RNs, radiology tech, and then a second respiratory therapist. Our total census days in November were 46. That is actually down from 55 last year. However, our census days remain up by 2.9% for the year. We have a new online education program that will go live in January for our clinical staff, actually for all of our hospital staff. This will allow them to stay compliant on continuing education. It will also be a way of means for communications with all the staff and updates to make sure they're staying abreast of any kind of policy changes. The ER had 278 visits in November. That is actually up from 2021. Out of that 278, we admitted 26 and transferred out 28 patients to higher levels of care. The ER received updated equipment through some recent grants. We brought in a Zoll monitor, which is a cardiac monitor defibrillator. Actually, we got 2 of those, one for ER and one for OR. They were to replace our LifePak monitors that have become outdated. We also received a DefibTech Lifeline arm. This is an automated chest compression device, so it will do CPR, leaving our hands, or our nurses' hands and physicians' hands, open for other tasks during code blue scenarios. Several of the ambulances in the area carry these as well, and that's we've seen it in action, and that's why we got one. And we are scheduled for a follow-up trauma survey in the ER in March. The business office is continuing to clean up old accounts, and the process has been going well. I would like to recognize our accounting manager, Cynthia. She has just been with us a short time, since the end of September, but she is making a world of difference getting, helping with the facility accounts, getting them updated and ready for 2023. She has also stepped in to update central supply ordering and pricing list. That department is currently an open position, and ensuring those accounts are being credited correctly. She has also implemented several policy and procedures since her arrival that has helped the facility to operate more efficiently. And of course, she's doing this with her team, the HIM director and the AP clerk. As I mentioned before, the clinic is currently taking over all vaccine clinics, and that is going well. I know that they're doing several vaccines throughout the day on the days that they're open. Our HIM director and her coding staff has continued to work diligently and has got all of our coding updated and our billing current. They are still accomplishing this without one coder, so we're still trying to find them a second person to help with that, but they're doing a great job. Maintenance, I know I reported that our walk-in freezer was in place at the last meeting. It's finally fully functional, and the dietary staff are thrilled to have it back in place. The flooring in the kitchen will be replaced in January, and we're just currently waiting for it to arrive. It has been ordered. And they are also focusing on ceiling tiles being replaced throughout the facility. They did hire a new maintenance tech that is working part-time, and they are currently advertising for a housekeeper. I did attach a marketing report. Just want to make some notes. You know, Samantha came to us. It's almost a year. I think we're a couple of weeks shy, and I just appreciate for everything she's done within the community to build the relationships between the hospital. And I feel like that about all of our staff. I personally feel blessed to be a member of the ESH team. Our staff members work extremely hard to ensure our patients get the best possible care available, and I couldn't ask to work in and day out with a better group of people that all share that same goal. On another note, our fall facility holiday potluck is tomorrow, and I encourage you to come in and join us if you can, meet the staff, enjoy a meal, or just stop by and say hi. Because we are all thankful to have a group of commissioners that share our goals as well. We truly appreciate each and every one of you.
Okay, that's great. Are there any questions for Angie?
I have.
Okay.
Just to clarify for any public that might be listening, there's still no cost for the COVID vaccine, correct? They're still being paid for through government.
Insurance, well, we still take insurance for them.
But the reason I asked that question is because there's been a lot of press lately about as soon as the government gets finished with their handling of the COVID vaccine, the prices are going to increase considerably.
Now, it's my understanding that the vaccine itself is covered from the government.
Okay.
It's the charge of giving the vaccine.
Yeah, but this last week there's been press that they may be increasing it anywhere from 40 to 65%.
Oh, goodness. Now, I have not seen that come through yet.
And this is just an ignorance question. When you say census days, what exactly does that mean?
It means how many days we had someone in a bed.
Okay,
And whether that be, if we had 3 people for 3 days, that all adds up.
okay.
I mean, each
So 46 days in November means we had one person at least 30, and 16 people, two days. Okay. Just
Yes.
covering my ignorance.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, if there's no other questions, we'll move on to Bill for the CFO report.
All righty, Bill.
Think we can make this work?
I think so.
Okay, can y'all hear me?
Yes.
All right. Let's turn to our bank balances as of the end of November. A slight increase over the month of October, $2,885. So cash position is still in good shape. The revenue on the next page, $1,254,000. It's very comparable to the last couple of months, 0.2% down from last month, but 14.5% behind that of last year. But our year-to-date revenue, gross patient revenue, is 7.6% higher than last year. So we're having a good year revenue-wise in that regard. Looking at our operating statement on the next page, again, the total patient revenue, the $14,435,000 versus the $13,250, that's the 7.6% increase. And our allowances, adjustments against our patient service revenue is 51.7%. So the net is 51.7, the inverse of that. So we're collecting about half what we bill, and that's really pretty typical for a small rural hospital in Arkansas. As we scan down the page, we'll note that we're showing a negative operating margin year-to-date of 97,000. But when we add back in our home health lease for the year, we're showing a small profit year-to-date of $5,756. Looking at the balance sheet on the last page, and if those statements look a little bit different, that's Cynthia's handiwork, actually printing off a little bit better looking statement off the system. So we'll look at our patient accounts receivable net of our deductions from revenue or contractual adjustments. $1,014,000 last month, $1,798,000, and that goes back to what Angie was alluding to, is that our accounts receivable figures are coming down, and they've been high, abnormally high for the amount of inpatient volume that we have. So they are coming down. Our allowance for bad debts is less than that of last month, and we did receive some money that you'll note the Medicare Medicaid cost report settlement, $290,000. That's some money that I mentioned last month that we received in the month of November from a settlement adjustment from Novitas. Only other item of note on the balance sheet is our accounts payable figure, $201,000. Last month, $288,000, a reduction of $87,000. And that's going to be pretty normal for us in the $200,000, $300,000 range. And it's just a timing issue when that fell against the, we try to write checks every Friday, get them approved and send them out Thursday and Friday. And so it just depends on when the big week hits. So anyway, all in all, pretty good report. I'm pleased with showing a year-to-date profit at any time. So we'll take that as a positive. Those are all the comments that I have for the financial report. Any questions?
Other accrued liabilities, what's in that, Bill?
That would be things, you've got the, just below accounts payable, you've got the, pardon me, I'm trying to get back to that page, can't give you
Sorry.
a second. Employee compensation, that would be earned time off, vacation, PTO, and then our accrued salaries. And then the other accrued liabilities are going to be your payroll withholdings
Okay,
and those type of things.
okay.
So that's pretty normal there. Pretty consistent. So that's what that would be made up of.
Is there any other questions for Bill? Thank you, Bill.
Thank y'all.
Our next item.
I miss seeing y'all.
Well, we all look cold tonight.
Yeah.
Cold, C-O-L-D, not...
Our next item is approval of the pre-board packet for November 2022. Everybody has signed it.
So moved.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. That motion passes. The next is nomination for next year's executive board. And these are typically 2-year terms, but it doesn't have to be because people move and different things. So we need a nomination for the chair.
I nominate Ken.
Kent,
Ken?
is there a second?
Second?
Mike seconds. Do we vote individually or as a whole when I'm done? On the whole board?
You have to do them individually because
Okay.
we don't know who the rest of them are.
Oh. Well, I was going to wait and find out. Okay, so those in favor of Kent being chair for the next 2 years, let signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right, Kent, you're it. Vice chair,
I nominate Barbara.
Second.
second. Okay, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I'm not saying that word no more. Secretary,
I nominate Judy Forever.
that's right, Judy, you can be secretary by phone.
That's what happens when you're not here.
When you're not here, you can't defend yourself. Mute her.
Is there a second on Judy?
Second.
I second.
Okay, David, thank you. And treasurer,
I nominate Mike Dwyer.
Mike, treasurer.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Okay, so that would be the executive board for the next year or two. Thank you. The next item is LHC, and they have named February the 1st as our closing date on selling our license. And the attorneys are working together, and it's sweet and short. But we do need board approval for the chair or vice chair to sign the sales agreement in February.
I make a motion that we allow the chair or the vice chair to sign the sale agreement.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Has the amount changed in the negotiations from their letter of intent?
No, the only thing is they wanted to make it harder than it was because we don't have employees on our side or assets. So once they got it, that it's just the license, then it's simple, so. Okay, Kent made the motion,
Mike, second.
Mike seconded. Okay. Is there any more discussion? All right, then that.
No, vote.
Oh, vote. Oh, that. All right, everybody signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, that motion passes. Moving on. Commission comments.
I have
Sharon,
nothing.
none?
None?
None.
None?
Okay. None? Okay, Judy. None. I do want to tell you that I appreciate everybody on this commission and all the time you put in. I wish you guys all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and everybody out there in the community. And we also are daily getting positive comments on the hospital expansion and the care people are getting. And I appreciate that. It's really good. Our next workshop meeting will be at noon on January the 7th, 2023 at Main Stage. Our next regular meeting will be at 6 p.m. on Monday, the 16th of January, here at the Odd. So, with
Madam
that-
Chairman, I would like one more moment. I do have a comment, okay? If you don't mind. Yeah, please.
Yeah.
I would like to make a motion of appreciation for Barbara, for all her hard work, taking this job over on the fly and doing what I consider to be an unbelievable job. And I would ask for a second.
I'll second that.
Well, I really did take it on the fly because I've been flying by the seat of my pants. But I appreciate all of you and thank you. Thank you, Ken. All right, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Aye.
Bye, Bill.
Aye.
All righty.
Hey, Judy. Thank you, darling.
Okay.